Hi everyone, it's Melissa with the M Word. I am a homeschooling mom of 3 kiddos. If you're new here, my kids are in 2nd grade, preschool, and tot school. They are 7, 3, and 1. And today is a homeschool collaboration video with Niki from Homeschoolology. If you haven't checked out her channel before, it's in the description box below, and I'm sure I will link it up here as well or at the end of the video. I've done a few collaborations with Niki before, and she's such a sweetheart. Please go ahead and check out her channel and the playlist below. And we are talking about homeschooling with multiple children. It can seem crazy, especially with mine that are 7, 3, and 1. My 3-year-old and 1-year-old are not officially homeschooled in the state of Wisconsin. We do not have to start officially counting them until they are 1st grade. So we are technically on our 4th year of homeschooling. We did preschool, kindergarten, 1st grade, and now on to 2nd grade, but I have only reported with the state of Wisconsin for the 1st and 2nd grade for my daughter, my oldest daughter. Now, homeschooling with multiple kids. Some days I sit in this chair over here and they all kind of just, while I go over everything. I try to keep everything really simple and organized. We have, here, I'll just swing it. We have this over here now that holds all of our homeschooling stuff. Sorry, that was probably super shaky, but that holds our homeschooling stuff upstairs. We have backup stuff for different seasons and different units in the basement. And I have another bookshelf over here that has a few other things that we don't use all the time. But the stuff that we use almost daily is over in that cabinet. And then I break it down by week. So I have a binder that has our weekly checklist on the front. It has everything we need to do throughout the week. And here, if I want it to stay together. And then I also have these weekly files. It's currently Thursday, so the next one up is Friday. And any sheets that that we're actually filling out in the sheets go in here that she can do on her own or that I hand her out. So stuff I hand out goes in these folders. Things that do not get handed out, like so like this is the history hop instructions for the week, and this is the all about reading pieces. So all about reading I could section out, but since we only do 20 minutes a day, I never quite know where we're going to be, so it's easier just to pull 3 lessons out a week and plop them in here. And if we get through more than that, I have to grab another lesson. If we get through less, then I just leave it in here, and then at the end of the week I just plop it towards the back as we go. I also keep in my extra weekly checklist in here. I keep a record of what we've read for books in here. So here is the record of books we've read this year. This keeps track of our hours because the state of Wisconsin requires that we keep track of hours in our homeschool. And then the plans for my unit study is in here. And then the extra sheets for my weekly checklist. That is what I keep in this binder. That helps me stay organized with 3 kids. It keeps less things out at once, so I don't have a 1-year-old ripping books apart on me. The worst that we can lose is 1 page instead of like a month from now we have a ripped page or a completely missing page. I don't have to worry about that because I don't pull that out for her to get to. I also keep this around with us through the day. It has our read alouds for Bookshark. It has my son's cutting paper in it. My daughter is asking how to train her dog, so we have it's her specific read aloud request. We have our read aloud for our current Halloween unit study. There is an extra book that I had planned on reading and haven't got to in here. Our Animal Kingdom unit is in here. And then I have my son's ABC writing lessons in here. We have the all about spelling just because it's small and easy to stay in here versus cutting the pages out, and the daily writing, the same reason. I do cut these pages out, but here in the front, you're supposed to read this part to the child every day, and I find it easier just to keep it, since it's a small book, just in this little thing with the handle I got from the Dollar Tree when it was still $1. That is part of how I ensure that I can homeschool multiple kids with the least amount of disruption. I also make sure that we start all about reading and all about spelling first. So our language arts and our spelling are first in the morning. That makes it so my younger 2 are less bored. Those are the 2 subjects that require the most of my attention for my 7-year-old. My 2nd grader, she's 7, And I've found that by starting those two subjects first, the two that take the most time and the most effort for me to put forward for her, ensures that they are not bored yet for the day. They haven't played with everything yet. They haven't watched this, that, or the other thing yet for the day. That's why I keep my son's cutting paper and his ABCs in here so he can do school as well. I found that he's liking to do the flashcards with her. It's like, I asked my daughter a question. My littlest one is sitting on my lap and I just kind of make funny faces at her and get her giggling, and he's giggling, and it just kind of keeps the day going if I need to sit with her longer. But I've also been known to resort to putting her in her high chair with a bowl of whipped cream. I mean, sometimes we do what we have to do. It's the 7 o'clock page. I am lucky in the sense that my 7-year-old does not fight me about doing school. She just kind of sits down and does it. Sometimes she gets distracted a lot and kind of gets up and wanders away, or she doesn't really want to do it, so it takes her longer. I never have a lot of pushback or fighting with her about it. Sometimes it just takes longer. My 3-year-old is currently in that stage where school is the best thing ever, and he will yell at me and tell me, well, not yell, but around the house yelling that he wants to do school. Let's do school. Mommy, can we do school? Sit down and do school with me. I have to add him into each of her units just to keep him active. Like when we do her flashcards for All About Reading, he gets one and she gets one. And the one he got, I put at the back of the pile. And the one she got, I put in either review or mastered. And we just keep going until she's done them all and he gets his turn to try to pronounce the words as well. He has zero idea and usually screams S or circle. I mean, we try. I tell him, nope, this is map, or this is sat, or whatever the word actually is. And my daughter she just thinks it's amusing most days. Some days she gets annoyed with him, but a lot of the time she just finds them super amusing and it's okay. And my youngest daughter just sits in my lap and she giggles because she thinks that her brother and sister are hilarious. So that is how we manage. I guess what I'm saying is we kind of just flow through the day and hope for the best. I try to get the things that I know could be problemsome out of the way first, so then my daughter could always do her math independently or her history independently because we listen to it on audiobook I just have to set her up and walk away if I need to worry about Riker and Emma outside of like what they're doing or how they're handling things. I don't know if that helps. I hope it does. We're getting to the point now where they want to sit with me and do homework versus just screaming and pulling everything down. Emma's still struggling with the wanting to color on everything and rip everything apart. So she either sits with me or I end up playing with her while Callie's working independently. So I hope that was helpful. If you have any questions for me, please leave them in the comments below. Please don't forget to go check out Niki's channel. I will have that linked below, as well as the playlist with all the other homeschooling moms joining. Hopefully you can find an idea that works for you and your family. If you have liked this video, please go ahead and like it. It helps me know which videos you like and don't like. And of course, if you haven't subscribed already, it really helps me out and I really appreciate it. And thank you so much for watching. I will talk to you guys next time.